Hey everybody, how are we doing? Hopefully you can hear us loud and clear. Hopefully everything's sorted out now. How are you all doing? We are joined live in the studio by Sissel, also known as Selchuk. And we apologize for the technical delay that we had a little bit of, but hopefully everything is coming out okay. If the chat could let me know, that would be absolutely fantastic. Hopefully you're all doing well. Yeah, you can all hear us? Okay, good. Awesome. They can hear us, Selchuk. Selchuk, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Alex. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. A bit of a rocky start, but we got there in the end. It's not a problem at all. Welcome everybody to the stream. Hope you're all doing well. If it's your first time joining us, then welcome to one of our kind of meet the developer / meet the team here at SCS Software. We're joining you live from Prague. We got Sissel, who's in the studio. He's one of our technical artists here at SCS Software, and I'm also here in Prague, but I'm actually in my apartment at the moment, just doing some homework. Basically,
it's been really long seeing you face to face.
Exactly. me and Selchuk, we haven't seen each other in such a long time.
Since March, right?
Since March, yeah. We kept on just missing each other all the time. He was out of the country and then back in the country, and then I was out of the country and then he was back in the country, and so it's been a long time. So it's fantastic to have you on the stream and joining myself and everyone else that's here today as well. And we're looking forward to getting driving with you. You're using the I'm the Boss paint job for the Renault Range T. It's looking good.
Yeah, today I wanted to pick Range T because we had a recent update about this, especially paint job pack, and I really like Renault Range T for myself for driving, and of course ETS2 is one of my own favorite games, not just the games I work on. So I wanted to pick this track for today's ride.
That's perfect, and I guess we should get the stream started by getting you driving. So if you want to hit the road anytime you like, you can go for it.
Sure.
And where are you located today?
Today I wanted to start from Istanbul and want to go to Romania, Bucharest.
Okay.
For the drive. I already got the job.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Let's start on our way. And why did you pick that as your starting point?
Well, because it has some memories with me, and I lived in that city for 20 years, and seeing them live in our game, it's completely beautiful experience for me.
Yeah, it must have been really nice to finally kind of have your home country represented in Euro Truck Simulator 2. This is our latest DLC map expansion, of course, Road to the Black Sea. So, everybody in the chat, hopefully everything's going well. Thank you again for your patience with the technical difficulties, but we've made it here. We're here in the end, and I hope you're doing well. And of course, if you want to submit questions throughout the stream, then you're more than welcome to. We'll try to answer those as best as possible as we go throughout the stream here. But maybe, Selchuk, if you could start off by introducing yourself, just for people who may not be familiar with you, though I imagine a lot of people here are, because your name's quite famous around the community.
Thanks to community about this. My name is Selchuk. My real name is Selchuk, and people know me as Sissel. And I started as member of community, and now currently working on vehicles department of SCS Software. Mm-hmm. And I'm a technical artist here, and by technical, which means we usually mean about models designing and them being compatible with the game. Sorry, what did I do now?
I'm not quite sure. You might have hit something.
Well,
maybe.
everyone was saying it's hard.
It is. Even I found it difficult. Even I found it very difficult to talk and drive. So we'll let you off a few times. It's fine.
Yeah. And this is a complete strange new wheel to me. That's why I think I can understand now all the other developers who have challenged here. Mm-hmm. I think only one who can drive this carefully is Oscar.
I think right? So, yeah. I mean, he set the bar very, very high, didn't he?
Yeah, definitely high from him, high to him here. if
Oh,
he's watching.
yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. It depends on the time that it is in Singapore. But no, thank you for introducing yourself. And no, as I said earlier, a lot of people know you already from the community. So maybe we can go back a little bit in time before you even joined SCS Software. You know, how did you even find out about truck simulators in the first place? Did you're saying you played the game quite a bit before.
Well, yeah.
How did that come to be?
Well, yeah. Actually, that's a very interesting story. And my father-in-law is a truck driver, long-range truck
Okay.
driver. He was driving from Antalya, Turkey, to Oslo. It's a very long ride, and he was about to retire. So I wanted to find a nice retirement game for him. So I was actually looking for the truck simulators for this. I actually searched for a truck simulator, and I know 18 Wheels of Steel, but they weren't actually for Europe. And first I found Trucks and Trailers, another SCS game before ETS2, and
Going way back, yeah.
yeah, way back. And then I wanted to search more deeper, then find ETS2. I wasn't even aware of ETS1 before, and that made me wonder. I was checking the game if it's suitable for my father-in-law. Then I fall in love with the game totally. I mean, made me realize this game make me relax while I'm playing. I'm driving. It's not like real life driving. It's not like how to say. It's not like stress of a real truck driver. Of course, we can't simulate it here. But it relaxes you while you drive on the road, at night, at day. So I fell in love. Then I decided to keep the game for myself instead of him. So after that, I decided to get into modding capabilities of the game. I downloaded mods of others, tried them, and actually see what I can do myself. And later, after especially what we call as DLC toys, or in official name as cabin accessories, and I decided to give it a go. I was already programmer before. I was working as programmer before, and decided to give my chance on 3D drawing, and I think it led me here.
I think so, because already in the chat we got people who are saying, wait a minute, is that the same Sissel who makes the Sissel mega packs and the Sissel accessories? I think a lot of people have come to know that this is the guy that makes those really, really cool accessory packs, right?
Yeah, well, I was actually, I wasn't very new to modding community before, like 20 years ago, when I think it's not a problem for me to give other games names, right?
Yeah.
For
That's fine.
20 years ago, when Counter-Strike was actually mod itself rather than the separate game. It was mod of Half-Life, and
Yep.
I was actually making some mods for it 20 years ago. And when I first entered into ETS2 community with Sissel's Mega Pack, and there people were asking, is that the Sissel that made the Counter-Strike mods before? Something like that.
So your name's definitely been around a few different communities, but kind of for the same reason.
Yeah, for the same reason, modding as usual.
That's cool though. That's really, really cool to hear. And now, looking at your packs on Steam on the workshop, they are, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, one of the most, or if not the top downloaded mod in the Steam workshop, right?
Yes, it is actually, and I'm very thankful to all the subscribers there. I think I was one of the first workshop huggers, I would say. I was one of the first on the workshop, and I tried to make workshop quite, how to say, usable for everyone, and I find workshops capabilities is actually very useful for all the modders. Except of course map modders. Map is something all different together. But other than that, it was a really nice developer tool for all modders, which I enjoyed so much that we can update without having to download anything again or complete mod again just for a few bug fixes. Which was like I was feeling like already developer itself, because it was a very nice tool for us. So I tried to encourage everyone to use Workshop. Maybe that's why I kept my mods mostly in Workshop, and currently it's very high subscriber number there.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, every time you go on it, you can see it's like top rated, most downloaded. I can always see your name there, which is fantastic to see. And I think what people like about it most is actually the creativity of all the different things that you created for people to use, of course, if they wanted to use it as a mod in the game to kind of decorate their truck. And we've had a few questions actually coming in from the chat asking, where do you get the inspiration to create some of your accessories? Or, you see Star Wars that's sitting next to your CP3O or R2D2 or whatever. Where does that come from? Is it ideas from the community, or is it something that you just think about? Or
well, I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I feel proud of it actually, and I played like Star Wars Galaxies for a very long time, and always think that one day I will buy their toys for my own car. So when we are actually making stuff, I said, why not put my own toys here? Because on modding, I was first thinking that I should do it for myself first. If I don't enjoy the mod, I don't do it. So Sissel's Mega Pack origin was that items that I want to see in my own game.
fair, yeah. It was for you. That's why it's called that. It's
Yeah,
it was for me.
Yeah, it was. I always said to my subscribers that it is as it is. I like the way it is. I made them the way I like it. Of course, later this expanded from the ideas from the other players, and it became what it is today.
Which is, I imagine, it's become much bigger than you could ever expected, right? I mean,
Yeah,
did you
yes.
expect it to kind of blow up in this way with the amount of people that message you about it and talk about it and drive with your mods around the game?
Well, the idea of it being toys, you can put unlimited stuff there. I mean, all you can think of. Everything can be toy there, and but the idea of it in the first place is something that a trucker can possibly have with itself. And most of the toys I have placed is actually taken from one of the truck pictures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exception of the Star Wars stuff, of course. These are from mine, but most of the items you can see in my pack can be seen in one of the real trucks, one day, one at a time.
And correct me if I'm not wrong as well, but that's not the only thing that you do as well in the community. You've been involved in quite a few different numerous community projects. What are some of those other things that you might have been are involved in as well? Is it like on your more side for the Turkish side of the community, or is there a few things you do there?
Yeah, Turkish side of community actually helped me great on this modding, which is I have seen a lot of. Okay. I have seen a lot of Turkish modders, which are very great people that might not have their names in the community at this moment, but they're great people. We support each other, and as players can notice, most of in Turkey, trucking is a subculture. So it's like complete different worlds, and people enjoy being in the subculture, even they are not truckers. So this roads and how to say long distance subculture uh, helped me great to motivate on my mods actually.
That's awesome. That's really cool to hear. It's kind of almost like a tight knit community, right? It's almost like a family when you're working with other like minded people to create different mods and other things for the community to enjoy. I mean, I can relate on that exact same level, of course, when I've come from the community as well, and that's what we kind of have in common, is that we're both from a community side,
Yes,
which are
yes.
different, but they meet in the middle, and it's always
Yeah.
benefits the community. So
And what I liked most is community. We may not separate communities as countries like this. I noticed almost all country communities have something alike between each other. So I like each of them separately. Actually, they all give me some inspiration on most of my works.
that's great to see, and I see that you have a lot of people who recognize you or fans in the chat as well here on Twitch. Lots of people saying, "Great to see you, Sissel. Love your mods. Makes the game feels a bit more fleshed out." Here from Red 5 Alpha, and quite a few different people talking here about your mods, getting them talking. They're quite excited about it. But let's fast forward to today, or maybe a bit more recently. You've gone through a little bit about your history, but how did it come to be that you thought about, well, maybe I could, take this to the next level by actually working for SCS? Did you think about first applying for a job, or did you get approached, or how did you come to join SCS Software?
Actually, it was a little bit surprise to me. I was actually planning to visit SCS here because I was planning to see Prague myself. It was just a vacation visit, and but it turned out we might work together with SCS here. And actually, one of my friends, which community also knows as 50 Keda, and he also asked me if we can work together in vehicles team. And we have talked and decided I might actually contribute to SCS with much more different areas than I had with my mods.
So even though you had a lot of skills with learning about modding and designing those, you had to almost learn a whole new skill set for SCS Software.
Yes, completely new. And it was, of course, SCS is my first game developer experience. Of course, I have worked with other developers before, but not as in the professional sense. And this already teach me a lot. And now I'm even learning phase. I mean, even still learning phase about the game making and developing about this.
Yeah, I think everybody has kind of a similar experience when they come to SCS. They're expecting to do one thing, but end up learning and doing a lot of other things that they never expected that they would be doing within the company. And so how long have you been working at SCS for now? How long has it been?
Well, currently is 1.5 years, but sadly we can say 1 years because like half year coronavirus has breached through us.
You're still working for them during that time.
Yeah, exactly. We are working at home, but still working.
So 1.5 years. I mean, that time has flown. I'm coming up to my 2 years, actually, very, very soon. I think maybe in a few days' time. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, I mean, time completely flies because it feels like we haven't been here that long, and you probably feel the same as well. But in reality, time is going very fast this year. And we're coming up to our anniversary. So before you know it, I imagine it'll be 2 years for you as well.
yeah, exactly. I was wondering, like it's like yesterday. I was coming and searching for a flat to stay at home, but time flies by. Time flies by.
So maybe you can kind of give an idea to the community, kind of what things you now kind of work on when you're at SCS Software. So obviously we can't talk about things that are happening now because those might be things that have not been announced, or some
Yeah.
exciting things that the community can expect. Look out for those on the blog, people. But maybe you can talk about what you've worked on in the past that's already been released.
Well, this is the hardest part, Alex, because as someone from coming from community and informing community with the new stuff that will come or guess about it, now, now knowing everything and not saying anything is, you can,
Yeah,
it's kind of pain for us.
it is. Honestly, it is, because we've been on both sides, right? Where we've been like
Yeah.
craving that information. Give it to us, please.
Yes,
And then
exactly.
now we know everything. We're like, oh, we have to keep our mouth shut. I'm sorry.
Sorry, folks. Not much new information, but of course, I have been in many projects before that. At least announced ones aren't released ones. I can tell, and like tuning packs,
Mhm.
Actros tuning packs, and Volvo tuning packs. Actually, I'm working in almost every project of vehicles department, because as a department, of course, we don't have to work on same thing every time. And as technical side, I had to deal with almost every release, and be it from definitions to technical issues,
Mhm.
and post-release and pre-release bugs maybe, and this all comes to me. But however, I like enjoying with almost everything in the game,
That's cool.
exception of maps.
Yeah. True. Yeah. I mean, it really is kind of cool to kind of look back in history of kind of all the things that you've worked on, and I guess it must be quite rewarding for you to see people going out there and enjoying the things that you've worked on and seeing it on the road. And obviously it's the best part about working for SCS, is kind of seeing the fruits of your labor, because I know it's not easy all the time, is it? It's not as perfect as we can make it sound, or as easy or as happy. There are challenges sometimes. I can imagine you yourself can probably attest to that, when you're working on something and you just can't get around, or it's frustrating. I imagine that there's lots of challenges that you come your way with your role.
Well, of course, before actually start working as developer, I was a beta tester for 2 years, I think,
Hmm.
and of course we were reporting bugs and stuff that we didn't see fit, and now I can understand the developers' pain about this. But of course, what I like most about being developer, actually in this sense, is when our community actually finds the things you have made in the game and didn't made it to the release notes, like little things, little details you added. And when I see community finding them, actually, or telling something about it, I like it the most. you
Yeah,
know,
it's very nice to see.
big features is always in front of everyone's eyes. We, with blogs you write about them, but
Hmm.
little tiny details, some bug fixes, like 0-day bug fixes or something. These are the most I like when people notice them.
I mean, it must be really cool to kind of know that people are really looking into the details and finding those things. It's
Yeah,
not just
exactly.
the overall picture. They're going into the nitty gritty and going, oh, they changed this, they changed this.
Exactly, our community is amazing about this. I mean,
They are.
well, when you write a blog for a map piece, for example,
Hmm.
they instantly find it from the Google Maps.
I don't know how they do that. They're
Yeah,
so
exactly.
fast. I tell you, the blog comments and the forum, the official SCS forum, are the quickest people I know to find the locations of different map areas. I mean, take for example, yesterday we released Denver, Colorado blog was showing off Denver for American Truck Simulator. If you haven't checked it out already, it looks beautiful. Really lovely pictures, and there was loads of pictures posted on the blog. And already from the forum, I think most of the locations have been found pretty instantly, just like pages worth of Google Map references. And oh, this bin was this
Yeah,
color here. This signpost is a little bit gray here, and the really small things, and they're picking it up and just nailing it basically.
yeah, I enjoy so much. Our community is best community ever, indeed.
Exactly. I mean, it's true. It's absolutely true. They work hard. They're always looking for something new to find and for little tips and hints and stuff like that. So we know that they listen to us and they pay attention to us. So yeah, thank you, community. We appreciate you, and we love watching you kind of figure things out sometimes. So speaking of SCS, we talked a little bit about kind of what you do there, some of the challenges, but what are some of the things that you really enjoy about working at SCS Software?
Well, challenges is actually main challenge is we both suffer here is language, as you know.
Yeah, I can agree with that. That's a bit of a hard one for us both.
Yeah, it's actually main challenge. But other than that, it's great to be in the SCS family because SCS knows community and actually when I was community, I wasn't thinking that SCS actually see some stuff that community didn't, something like that. But when I get here, I know every problem or every issue that community has brought has been discussed and looked for solutions, which I like very much. Wow, I mean, it's hard to see that in many other gaming issues because gaming companies, but SCS actually discussed all the matters community has brought, which I wasn't sure when I was a community. So I can clearly say here, all of the topics our fans, our players actually think about is on our watch list.
100%.
100%. So
Yep.
everything is under our radar. We are looking for it. We are trying to find the best time and opportunity to bring features to players.
Yeah, I mean I can wholeheartedly agree with that, and definitely can ring that true as well, because it is true. We love to look at your comments on the forums, your wish lists, all over the place. We're always making sure that, hey, we're getting things noted down and seeing your feedback and how we can improve on things. And maybe they're not the fastest ways to implement them. Maybe we haven't been able to implement them just yet, but in the future, we're hoping that all of these things can come to light, and some of the most requested features can hopefully one day come true for you guys as well, which is our biggest thing community-wise for us, isn't it? We love to kind of bring new features for the community that they've requested a lot. And when it happens, it's always a good day for both of us.
Exactly. Well, stuff we are thinking usually requires some other requirements before we do them. So we apologize our players that it might not be fast enough as they like, but in meantime, most of the wish list of our community is on our radar, and we will do them.
Absolutely. And what about the? I mean, I know we're not much at the offices right now, but in terms of being at the office, is there anything that you really kind of enjoy about the SCS offices? I know I've asked this people a lot in the past. A lot of people like to say ping pong or the consoles, or for me and Oscar, it's probably the pool.
Well, when I first came here, Nemiro was here. Actually, he showed me all the rooms in the SCS company, but I was just a community before when I first came here, and when I came here to work, actually, I realized that company grow a lot more like rest of the building has opened for us
Mm.
to work, and luckily my workstation is at end of one of the edges of the company, so I can see entire company when I go home.
That's true. Yeah, everyone walks past, right?
Everyone walks past by me, so
Yeah.
it's really nice working within these conditions. I think it's one of the best studios I can imagine for game developers to work together, because it's friendly, and entire company is designed to have fun actually.
Yeah, that's true. That's very, very true. I mean, I remember them telling me that when I joined the company, that they encouraged that kind of water cooler conversations, and for you to get up and get out of your seat to go, either play at the pool table or ping pong, because you get to meet other people that way, and then you can discuss ideas and get to know the team, and it's a much kind of like a tight knit kind of family at the offices, which is really, really nice. And just like you're saying, you get a lot of people walk past your way because you're at the edge of the office. But even more importantly, down at your end of the office, you have the kitchen as well. Everybody goes for their tea and for their coffee as well. So it must
Yeah,
be nice to be so close to that as well.
yeah. Well, pool table is missing us. You know that, right?
I know, man. I'm sitting here and I'm like, I was playing it and I was getting pretty good at it, and now I've lost all the skills again. It's gone. I'm rubbish at pool again.
But after work hours, like
After work hours,
after
yeah.
work, yeah, definitely.
Exactly. Yeah, 100% after work hours, not during work. So here's a question that is kind of a big question, and we've asked all of the past developers that have been, or team members that have been on in the studio before you as well. But I guess it'll be really interesting to know your answer, because having that big community background, being a beta tester before as well, it'd be kind of really interesting to get your view. If you could bring any feature or map or anything possible you can think of, even bring it to console or whatever, to the game, what would it be and why? It's like anything you want. It doesn't matter about the expense or how many workers take, just something you've always dreamed about.
Well, it's a really difficult question, and put really our friends into difficult positions too. So, especially us also. Since this is a truck game, I would actually like rigged tracks. Like, this is one of the most wanted things. But as a developer, I can say it's a very huge run, and it requires a lot of preparation before that. So what another thing I would say is maybe harder economy, and this
Yeah,
maybe, I think,
career rise in Euro Truck Simulator 2. Yeah,
of course, this is not Euro Truck Simulator is not a tycoon game, and we have to accept this fact first. And but still, I would
making you reverse at the toll. I got caught on the sides there.
yeah. This will be a problem for me.
Hopefully you can get around it. I'm sure you can.
No. Oh, I failed miserably.
It's okay. It happens sometimes. It happens.
Yeah, I will go from the other. Hope border control accepts me this time.
Now, I've just been to the other one. Can you let me through this one now?
Yeah, please let me from here. Oh yeah, nice.
Hey, there you go. Nice one. It works. But yeah, I mean, those are two big features that I know already the community have talked about across the forums and on the Reddit, and across different Discord communities. And of course, we see the subject of rigids coming up quite a lot as well in chats and our blog comments as well. So I mean, I'm sure the community would be very happy to hear your answer on that, because they're like, someone agrees with us from SCS Software. Yeah, they want to see it as well.
Of course, we want it as well. I mean,
of course, yeah.
As we talked before, all of the features players want, we also want them as well. We just look for the best ways to implement it, best opportunities to implement them. For example, it was a very little addition to the game, but in Eurotruck, players will know that we have recently added horns, cabin horns, to the game. But this was how to say, ready for over a year. However, we have to wait for Fmod implementation for this. So you have to how to say, when you want to add a feature, you have to find the best time for it, best opportunity for it, and you have to wait for other features for it. So it's not like, okay, let's add this. So you have to find the best way to add it. For example, it would not be nice without an Fmod, because you hear these sounds from your top or something, and now you can have it both.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you, and you know, we just got to be patient sometimes in these things.
Yes.
But like you said earlier, we do note down everything that is said by the community, and we also want them as well. Yeah, so
well,
hopefully in the future we'll see them. We'll see them for sure.
As you can see, I mean, we were the players before.
Exactly.
So
exactly. Yeah. We can agree with you.
Yeah, we agree with you guys.
That's it. Right. So we've got a little thing that we do here now on the interviews. I'm not sure if you've watched many of our ones in the past, but we have a list of hot questions that are like very generic, very quick questions.
Sure.
But we'll fire through them, and they're very short questions, but feel free to answer them how you want. There's no time limit or anything like that. It's not meant to be as quick as possible, but however you want to answer it. So we got our first question here. Which do you prefer, ATS or ETS2?
Very hard question. ETS2 for now.
ETS2? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite truck in the game?
Yes, I have. I like Duff especially, and of course Renault Range, all of them, not just one. I mean, people don't like, I don't know, maybe premiums, maybe magnums, but I like them too. So
yeah, I mean, they have a bit of a reputation for people not liking them as much, but I don't know. I think they're absolutely fine. I think they're really, really nice trucks. I think they're really, really great trucks.
Yeah, they're
very modern,
nice.
And
very big range of visibility of the surroundings, especially on Magnum. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the windscreen now, you can very nice visibility there.
Yeah.
Do you prefer to drive with an interior or exterior camera?
Interior.
Yeah,
always.
Good choice. Would you prefer to go for hard or easy parking?
Easy parking for doubles, but hard parking for normal ways, because it's the fun part there.
Exactly, yeah. And for me, for doubles, it's skip parking. It's my easiest.
Yeah.
I don't even bother with it.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, we'll test that later on. Just a reminder for people in the chat. A little bit later on, we'll be doing the parking challenge here with Sissel, and he'll be put to the test of trying to park a trailer in the quickest time. And I know a lot of people, and this is no pressure really, but a lot of people on social media think you're going to become the new #1 spot on the leaderboard.
Well, that puts me a lot of pressure,
No pressure, but people are expecting high things from you to beat the #1 spot currently. So we'll see if that happens a little bit later on. But we still got a little bit of time before that. Let's carry on with the questions here.
Sure.
What is like your morning routine when you wake up? Is there something, do you have to have a coffee, or what's the first thing you do in the morning?
Well, I always like tea first.
Tea,
but
good choice.
First,
this man knows his stuff.
But believe it or not, first thing in the morning, I always push my turn on button of my computer. That's the first thing I do before doing anything else. Humanly needs, before any humanly needs, I turn on my computer.
That's a important thing to do.
Yeah, so it can load before when I come back.
Okay. Do you have a favorite food?
uh, I don't know if many will say it, but I would say köfte.
Kafta?
Yeah, köfte. It's actually, people know it, meatballs, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it exactly the same as meatballs, or is it like
Well,
similar?
Eastern European friends know it as tsevapi or something.
Hmm.
In Turkey we call köfte, and I think it's origin of the Swedish meatballs.
Swedish meatballs.
Well,
Okay.
with the beef.
So IKEA is your best friend.
Yeah, I guess so.
Do you have a favorite drink?
Um, Coca-Cola without sugar.
Coca without sugar. Nice, good choice.
But of course, it might be second choice after the tea bags you have brought.
Oh, what the? Yeah. So for those who don't know, every time I come back to Prague, I always smuggle with me some Yorkshire tea from the motherland, as they say. So those are the tea bags that I bring for the office for people who want to drink proper tea. Proper British tea. Then the option
British
is
tea,
there in
yeah,
the office.
exactly.
Just make sure to have your milk and sugar, and we're all happy. Do you have a favorite music genre?
Heavy metal.
Heavy
Well,
metal.
yeah, it's a bit dead at this moment, but in my time it was still alive.
Do you have any favorite bands?
Well, I used to love Metallica, Van Halen,
Mm.
and of course other heavy metal bands in the time, like Iron Maiden.
Hmm.
But I'm all repeating them now as a memory.
There's nothing wrong with them though. They're still very, very good bands,
Yeah.
and still great music as well for sure. Now onto a big subject that I know we talked about before the stream while we were sorting out the technical difficulties. So do you have a favorite game of all time? This is a difficult one. I couldn't even decide, but do you have a top game or favorite game?
Well, I can say currently Euro Truck Simulator is one of the longest played games of me, I think.
Hmm.
So it can be subject to my favorite game. Well, I used to like games like massive multiplayers before,
Hmm.
such as Star Wars Galaxies and Earth and Beyond. I'm not sure how many people heard them
Mm.
because they are very old games. But I think I can still say Euro Truck Simulator is my favorite game because this I have like 6,000 hours played on the Steam about this.
Gee, wow.
Yeah, well, most of them is from modding time, but
Of course, yeah.
still, it's my favorite game. No lies there.
But saying because you were saying you're a massive Star Wars fan, have you had a chance to try out the new Star Wars game at all? Or does it not interest you with the I think it's
Well,
Squadrons, right?
well, I recently I finished Battlefront 2, but single campaign I don't like much PvP campaigns usually, or you know team matches. But Squadrons I've tried recently.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very nice shooting game actually for who likes dogfights.
Hmm.
Uh, Recently, that was my Star Wars poison.
I mean, having new content is always nice, of course.
Of
You get to
course,
see
yeah,
new graphics and kind of see the universe that you enjoy so much.
yeah, yeah. Well, it's completely nice being someone unimportant in that galaxy.
Hmm.
You don't have to be the heroes all the time. You have to,
Exactly. Yeah.
someone has to be side hero, and I think recently they are bringing out side hero stories,
Hmm.
which feels nicer, like at home.
That's true. It's absolutely true. It's not always the big superhero or the main character that you always.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
even when it comes down to it, like thinking about when we're seeing during the main part of the lockdown that we had in Prague, there was a big campaign about saying our truckers are the real heroes because they're still going on with their job and just getting on with it, just doing the job, and that's what makes you a hero. So it's a nice thing to see sometimes that it's sometimes the regular people are being shown as heroes in the games.
Exactly. I mean, it's also I can understand the game developers as well on their behalf because when there's a main character, you can't change its story too much from the canon.
True.
You can't make Luke Skywalker do weird things, but for an everyday random Joe in Star Wars universe, you can make them a different kind of hero.
That's true, yeah. But it's good to hear that you had a try of it. I know you're a big Star Wars fan, so
Yeah.
I'm sure you enjoyed it very much. So are you, speaking of like on the subject of games, are you more of a PlayStation, a PC, or an Xbox person? Do you like have a console or?
No, I actually never had consoles, so in that case, of course, PC, I would say.
And you just built a new PC recently, right? Or I say recently, a
1 year,
few months ago now, or 1 year ago now, yeah.
1 year ago now. I have built a new Ryzen 9 3900.
Nice.
And with RTX 2070, and now, but of course, new cards also now better. I was feeling a little bit remorse about this.
There's nothing you can do about it, though, is there? I mean, I've just built my new PC. What?
Because on
2 months ago, yeah, and already there's new stuff for it.
Yeah, because I couldn't play new games with the cards. If I played new games, I would say, yeah, okay, I used the card for 1 year, it's okay, no problem. Now, since I didn't play much because working and all the Corona stuff, and that's why I was feeling a little bit remorse about new set of 3000 series like.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, I mean, I built my PC 2 months ago, and I bought the 3900 XT, which is like their most recent CPU, and then they've just bought the new CPU out like a couple of days ago, and I'm like, the 5000 series or whatever it is. So, and even worse that they were using my CPU as a benchmark against the new one. So it was like, this is the current one, and then this is the new one. There's like big bars going up. I'm like, I should have just waited. But that's I mean, that's what you have to get used to. It's out of your control.
Yeah.
It's always going to be something new that you don't have. So it's just
definitely.
The way it is.
So you have to decide at one, and you have to decide based on what you need. I mean, for me, I'm a 60 FPS fan. So if ETS2 runs at 60 FPS without a problem, that's enough card for me.
Exactly, yeah. You build it for what you want to use it for, and that's what's important.
Exactly.
As long as you're happy, then that's that. So yeah. And last and final question on this hot topics one is, what is one thing that you like most about SCS?
Well, I think it's I like a lot of things, but I think best I can say is community and developers who actually think and work as community first. Well, be it as modding capabilities of the game, and when we decide to change something, it's always about community and modding issues we are facing, and we always take the modding and community first in this situation. That's what I like about this. We don't want to upset our players on the changes we are making, because some changes has to be made to improve, to get better. So we always try to minimize everything that will upset the community on these changes.
Good answer. Absolutely. I mean, we touched again on it earlier about how SCS is always thinking about the community, and it obviously supports us well, and the community can see that we do care about them as well, which is always really nice to kind of have that two-way kind of relationship with the community, because we've seen it in the past with some other unfortunate games, with not from SCS, but from other developers where
Yes.
they received a lot of issues and problems, and the community is very vocal. So we want to try to keep our community as happy as possible, basically, especially when it's so easy to talk about things online these days. So, but we get a lot of love from our community, so we do appreciate them a lot for sure.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, community is one of our strongest points,
Hmm.
and we don't want to upset anyone or make anyone wait too much than they should. And that's why we try to fasten our efforts on bringing new contents, especially, for example, this year, especially American Truck Simulator received very missing love they needed, and I'm grateful for that. And we have already Mac and now Western Star on the ATS,
Hmm.
and now we are almost filling our truck lack of trucks.
We
Truck
are,
brands,
yeah, absolutely
yeah, and
spoiled for choice now.
yeah, 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 which is nice for players to have new trucks, and always they don't have to wait for mods to update for them,
Hmm.
which makes me happy actually as a part of the vehicles team.
And have you tried out the Western Star recently for yourself?
Yeah, yeah, sure,
It's a nice
sure.
truck. Yeah, I
It,
mean, so cool to be able to do that with Western Star. I think it was kind of almost like the highlight of the year, being able to, announce a truck that was never even in production yet. It's brand new on the market.
yeah,
I
it's
don't think
amazing.
any drivers don't even have it yet, but here we have it in our game in American Truck Simulator, which is just, crazy to have that sort of cooperation with them.
What this truck is actually brought as a vocational truck, which is
Hmm.
workhorse, as we can say. And normally I don't, as a European driver here, normally bonneted trucks are strange to me normally.
Mm.
But as I play American Truck Simulator, I take this nonsense ideas out of my mind. But I still didn't like very long bonnets or very long chassis uh, as a truck. But Western Star was, how to say, very cute and very, how to say, small chassis, which I like a lot. And it has complete different, how to say, feeling
Mm.
than the previous day cabs I have driven.
Yeah,
It's
no,
more,
it's quite different, as well as that
eh,
it's, like you're saying, more made for kind of all types of jobs. It's kind of heavy duty. It can be taken a bit more off road and rugged with the login and the kind of the bigger wheels that we've also given it as well. So it looks really nice, and kind of a all rounder kind of truck that anyone
yeah,
can use.
yeah, yeah. Hopefully, our players like it as much as we like to do it. Actually,
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, we've seen a lot of people really enjoying the truck on our social media. Thank you to everyone who sends in their pictures, by the way. We do love looking at your pictures and reposting them and sharing them as well, and liking them as well. And yeah, keep on trucking with the Western Star. And also, lots of you also recently, of course, been trucking with the new I'm the Boss paint job, which actually Sissel is driving with now. It's a really nice looking paint job, and a massive thank you to the guys over at Renault for allowing us to bring this paint job to life in Euro Truck Simulator 2. Of course, we had the contest recently as well, which ended yesterday. We'll be revealing the winners very soon. Don't worry about that. But our social media was absolutely flooded with pictures of this paint job as well. So it's always really nice to see the community enjoying these things for sure. Right, so you're heading into the border now, right?
yeah, Romania border from
Romania border.
Bulgaria.
So you're not
We
too
are
far away.
no, we are almost there, like
Almost there.
80 kilometers, right?
Uh, okay, yeah, because I was gonna say we're not far off being ready for the parking challenge. So you can feel like whenever you want to do it, you can, or if you want to continue the drive there, that's absolutely fine by us as well. It's completely up to you. But if you want to do it, you can do it. But community chat as well in Twitch. Hope you're all doing well. We're live on Steam. I can see Vlad in Steam. I can see Yields in Steam. We've also got lots of people here in the Twitch chat as well. Clickmaster, Ghost Sonic. We got Dayruta and many more of you as well. Hope you're all doing well. Thanks for joining us so far. And hopefully you've been enjoying the chat here with Sissel and kind of his history and how he's involved and where he came from the community. And if you have any questions you want to ask Sissel, please feel free to throw them into the chat. We can ask him a few questions on your behalf. But of course, we won't be able to answer anything about future content because we can't talk about that, unfortunately. That's
yes,
still,
unfortunately.
being worked on. And there might be some other subjects that we can't really talk about, but we will do our best to answer your questions if you have any for Sissel. We have one here already, and I think this is going to be on a topic you like a lot, Selçuk. This is from Poyi. I'm going to have problems pronouncing your name, but Poyi Havshi. I hope I'm saying that correctly. But saying important. This is an important question for you. Okay, what is your favorite Star Wars movie?
Well,
it's a big question. Big question.
I won't say Phantom Menace, of course,
Mm.
but it's of course Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's definitely my favorite.
It's a classic. I mean,
but
when you look at the whole,
yeah.
the whole kind of movie series, you know, it's just one of the ones that I was just like, even now, but for its time, it was incredible. You know, like really, really out of this world.
Definitely. But of course, you can't say like, it's my favorite movie. Let's watch Episode 5 only. you usually watch it as trilogy or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's a good answer. It's a good answer. I'm sure lots of people would agree with you.
Well, but
Also,
of course, original
to,
trilogy, I can say.
I was going to say, we've also got Root Killer in chat as well. Big hello to Eric. How you doing, Eric? Hope you're doing well, my friend.
Hey,
good to see you here. A question here from Dave Ruta asking Sissel, from any truck out there in the world that is not added in either ETS2 or American Truck Simulator, both old or new, or both old as new, would you like to add? There's no limitations. So someone's asking if you could add any truck that's not already in the game, which truck would it be and why?
Well, I would say Ford F-Max because I was also involved with the mod of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would really like to see it because it's a modern truck, and it's currently is going through the started from going through Eastern European first and now coming to Western Europe. I think it might be nice to have it. Also, well, of course, there is one last truck missing in American Truck Simulator. I hope to see it on too.
Of course, yeah. I mean, I think that's the dream for everybody is to complete the lists, you know,
Yes.
to have all of the trucks in Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator. So obviously, that's not just a goal for the community, but also a goal for us as well, you know. So I think we're both alike on that same subject.
Yes,
but,
I think everyone is waiting for these now.
yeah,
Not the Ford maybe, but
I think everyone's waiting for the day that we can bring the Tesla truck and you can just not touch the steering wheel, just kind of sit back and just watch the truck drive itself like this, you know.
oh yeah, I completely forgot about Tesla one.
Yeah.
I wish. I mean, you don't have to worry about the gears and something 1 and 0.
Yeah, it'd be nice not to wait. And it's a very modern cockpit as well. It's very different, but I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We will see. Hopefully.
For sure. But a lot of people agreeing with your choices there, so obviously very popular with the community. Let's see what other questions we got here coming from the community because there's quite a few coming in. Question for Sissel. This comes in from Bandit TV1. This one's a little bit more difficult because maybe you've not really thought about it before, but we'll see if you have an answer for it. But if you could choose a community event to be hosted on, I guess, World of Trucks, you know, the community events that we have on there, do you have any that you would choose or you would like to see in the future?
Well, there are some events I really like to enjoy. For example, Big Sur event, but I hope.
A lot of fun.
But I hope we don't. I hope these areas don't leave another, slide like this, because it's a very, how to say, sad event. Luckily, not much hurt in this Big Sur sliding, but I really like the Big Sur event in American Truck Simulator. Also, Genoa Bridge event, because I really like community is doing something together and building on the same humanitarian aid coming through them from their hearts, which I really enjoyed from our community.
Yeah. It's really, really cool to see
Yes.
all the people that take part and how quickly the jobs get completed with those things as well.
Well, I hope we don't have to see such events again, because because of the sad events that lead to there. And however, I really enjoyed community being one together and everyone is working together. This made me really happy as a human.
Yeah, 100% agree with you for sure. We have a really, really great community. Another question here coming in from Angel O+4. This is a question for both me and you, apparently. Have you guys ever played on the multiplayer mod, so Truckers MP, which I'm sure Root Killer knows a lot about, of course?
Well, yes. Yes, yes, I have. I know you do too. So, actually, I was actually banned.
Ah, no. Are you still banned?
No, actually, Eric was the one who banned me.
Ah, come on. Really?
Yeah, exactly. Because I was trying to smuggle my modes into server, so it looked like I am hacking the servers. So Eric permanently banned me, but this was before we actually met and be friends. But I still time play with my friends from Turkey and both from other communities. I really enjoy our convoys together. So
yeah,
they're doing a really good job.
Yeah, I really enjoy it as well. My history comes from that community. I started off very much in that community back in 2014 and was very much a part of it for a long time, and still to today it's deep in my roots from my community self, and I still do play it. Yeah, I was on it actually this past weekend. They were hosting an Real Ops event where they kind of host, like, you know how we have like random road events in the game? They kind of have their own custom ones that they make with different team members taking part, and it's a really, really fun event. Really cool to see how creative they get and the community coming together for that as well. So yeah, to answer your question, both of us have also been banned. Unfortunately, I've also been banned. I actually got banned permanently at one point. Not for the reasons you might think. I had a bug that also they thought was hacking, but it wasn't hacking. So
yeah,
I luckily got unbanned. But yeah, no, still very much enjoying playing on that and meeting people out there and driving with friends as well. So there was another question up here from Macintosh. This is a really, really cool question. Hey, Sissel, are you a professional computer graphics artist or are you self-taught?
Well, I'm a self-taught. I took computer graphics or 3D graphics lessons from my engineering days, because I studied engineering, and but other than that, completely self-taught.
Wow. So from different friends helping you out and tutorials and such like that?
Yeah, mostly tutorials, especially with the internet and broadband come to our lives. It has become easier, but yeah, it was mostly from tutorials, trying to how to say, make or fail. Try to do something, but mostly having a goal is the key here. If you have a goal to make something, then actually you start to learn something to yourself. You start to teach something to yourself.
100%. You just arrived at the parking spot, I can see.
Yeah, exactly.
So that means we can start. So what I was just going to say to you before you do the delivery point, we need to make sure that you select the hardest option possible for the parking challenge. So,
okay.
We have the leaderboard actually appearing on screen like magic. I wasn't expecting that, but here is our leaderboard. I'm not sure if you can see it, Sissel, but in first place, I don't want to brag. I'm very sorry. I'm gonna have to flex a little here. First place is me, 1 minute 13, representing the community out there. In second place, we have Raven, it's a research team lead. He did it in 1:14, so only a second quicker. And in third place, we have Jacob, the map DLC lead, in 2 minutes and 25. There's a lot of people who have high hopes for you on this parking challenge.
Well,
For those that have not joined us, this is the parking challenge. We got a reverse parker trailer, basically, or the hardest possible one in the quickest time possible. How do you think you're going to do? Are you pretty good at parking, would you say?
well, now you put all the pressure on me. I was skeptical about myself now.
I think you're doing just fine. I
Okay,
mean,
man.
throughout the stream, your driving has been pretty good. And chat, what do you think? Do you think Selchuk's going to do okay? He's going to do. Do you think he might take the #1 spot? Let us know in the chat what you think. But either way, let's get you started.
All right.
Have you selected the hardest parking spot already?
No.
No. Select that for us. So
Oh,
where
we
do you
have
need it?
90. Wow.
That's the one. that's your spot. So.
Oh, okay.
So the rules are basically we're quite flexible. We're quite nice here at SCS, right? We allow you to use any cameras that you want to use. If you want to use extra mirrors, if you want to use, exterior camera, but your reputation will go up if you just do interior only. But but it doesn't affect your time or anything. So feel free to do it how you want. But I have the timer here. So whenever you start moving, whenever you're ready to start moving, go ahead. I'll start the timer and
Okay.
we can go.
This is a new prefab for me. I hope I can make it.
Okay, good luck. I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah.
Okay, so you started moving. The timer started.
So it's there.
It is there. How do we think he's going to do, chat? He says, yeah, you can beat Alex. Okay, I see how it is.
I hope there's a turn here.
Ooh, see, this is smart thinking. I think a lot of people would have gone for that first turn, but he's played his cards here and he's going for the right-hand side. Oh, this is sneaky. Look at this. He's made it a lot easier on himself, which I don't think most people would have thought about. Very smooth into it. And as soon as he gets the green box, then we'll stop the timer. Ooh, wow. He's got the green already. That was quick. Chat, that was very, very quick. He's in. He's done. Wow, that's amazing.
So,
Selchuk,
what's the result?
how do you think you did? How did you think you did?
Well, if it's under 1 minute, I would be surprised.
Can we bring the leaderboard up again? Is that possible, Nimiro, if you can hear me? Are we able to bring that leaderboard back up? So there's the leaderboards. You can see it there. In the top place, again, it's your boy flexing a little bit. 1 minute 13. Sissel,
Yeah.
you did it in 1 minute, 12 seconds and 64 milliseconds. So you are new #1, pushing me down to #2. Sissel, you've done it. How do you feel about that?
Oh
1
man,
minute 12.
it was a. Well, it wasn't a perfect parked, so I'm not bragging about it.
1 minute, 12 seconds and 64 milliseconds. I mean,
Oh,
you were
man.
quick to take that round to the right-hand side. You were smart about it. You thought about it as a new prefab, and you never tackled that before, but you did it. 1 minute, 12
Oh man.
seconds and 64 milliseconds. Congratulations, our new #1. Please give him a big GG in the chat. And well, unfortunately, I'm now number 2. But I'm kind of happy that we've got someone who's been able to take the crown from me, and no one that I have more respect for than Sissel himself, because he is someone that's been in the community so much already. So I'm happy that you've been able to take
Thanks,
the number
man.
1 spot from me. But
Thanks,
I want a
man.
rematch later on. Again, we'll do it again.
Thanks, man. I was actually looking for the other contestants now.
We'll see if anyone else can beat you. I mean, if we get Oscar on here, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
We'll see. I'm not sure who else in the company could maybe beat that time, but we never know. We might be surprised by somebody who could do it even quicker, maybe.
Well, after seeing him backing up with doubles,
it's dangerous,
yeah,
man.
it's dangerous, really.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous for sure. So no, well done, congratulations, and again, thank you for being with us here on the stream this evening. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you and to see your face again. It's very nice as well.
Thank you.
Of course, we haven't
you.
seen in such a long time, but we really hope you enjoyed yourself being here on the stream with us. But before we disappear, we want to give you the opportunity to maybe say a few words to the community. Is there anything that you would like to say to all the people watching out there right now?
Well, we are good with you guys, so keep following us and don't lose faith about anything.
Nice words of wisdom there from Sissel. Thank you so much, Sissel. We appreciate you. And hopefully we can see each other again very, very soon.
Hopefully, man.
Hopefully when things calm down a little bit, we can meet up and say hello to each other again. For sure.
Hopefully.
So yeah, thank you everybody for joining us. We really appreciate you being with us this evening. We hope you enjoyed learning a bit more about our team here at SCS Software. And of course, we'll be back in the future with more streams. Do look out for them on the social media and our blog as well. Also want to give a massive thank you as well to Nimiro. He's usually sat with me on the streams, but he's actually being our technical guy tonight because Philip, who usually runs the streams, had a few problems with his car, so he couldn't make it. So Nimiro managed to be the emergency backup. So massive thank you to Nemo for sorting the stream out. It was kind of one of his first times doing it and getting kind of used to it. So massive thank you to him for getting everything up and running. We really appreciate you. And of course, to everyone as well watching, we hope you have a wonderful evening, and we hopefully will see you again soon. Stay safe, stay happy. And from all of us here at SCS Software, we hope you have a good morning, afternoon, evening, or good night from wherever you are in the world. So we'll catch you again another time. See you later, everyone. Bye-bye.
See you later.